Hello there, very good morning. It's nice to have you with us here on News First, Primetime Breakfast News. I'm Sonali Wanigabadage. We start off this bulletin with a look at this morning's headlines. 118 persons arrested for flouting election laws. Election monitors point out that people from the north and east will face transportation problems when casting their vote at the upcoming local government election. And Libyan officials say that Gaddafi removal has not been discussed. And now for the stories in detail. President Mahinda Rajapaksa unveiled the ceremonial plaque for the proposed Kilinochchi Sports Complex last evening. 325 million rupees will be spent on this sports complex.
This sports complex will consist of facilities for cricket, rugby, football and athletics. A ground consisting of 8 lanes with facilities to carry out sporting activities pertaining to 25 sports is scheduled to be built. We saw these youths present here wearing the logo of the Commonwealth Games, which are scheduled to get underway. When we see these youths, we are certain that these youngsters will bring home gold, silver and bronze medals.
Secretary of State Hillary Clinton has said India's example of multicultural democracy should serve as a model for neighbouring Sri Lanka. Speaking in Chennai, Clinton said, quote, "Every Sri Lankan deserves the same hope and opportunity," unquote. She further stated, quote, "India's a diverse democratic system in which people from all faiths and backgrounds participate equally serves as a model for Sri Lanka as it pursues for a political reconciliation," unquote. Clinton's 3-day visit is her second to India as Secretary of State. Meanwhile, India's The Hindu newspaper stated that the US Secretary of State met with Tamil Nadu Chief Minister Jayalalitha Jayaram and held discussions. Elections Commissioner Mahinda Deshapriya says that if any incidents which interfere with election results occur at any polling station, then he will take measures to hold that election once again. Elections Commissioner Mahinda Deshapriya made this observation while addressing a media briefing held yesterday in view of the upcoming local government polls.
If there are any incidents that disrupt election activities at any polling station, that is, if any prejudice is caused to the preferential votes, we came to an agreement at the party secretary's meeting that, just like at the previous election, we will take measures to hold an election again.
All promotional activities pertaining to the upcoming local government elections ended at midnight yesterday. Accordingly, candidates will not be permitted to engage in any promotional activities from today for the next 48 hours. Elaborating further, DIG in charge of election activities, Gamini Navaratna, stated that rallies and motorcades cannot be held. The senior DIG noted that according to the election laws in the country, the police can take measures to arrest without a warrant any person who engages in such activities. Meanwhile, the police states that 118 persons have been arrested for flouting election laws thus far. Senior DIG in charge of election activities, Gamini Navaratna, added that these persons were taken into custody following 78 complaints they received. Well, election monitors point out that people from the north and east will face transportation problems when casting their vote at the upcoming local government election. Executive Director of the Campaign for a Free and Fair Election, Kirti Tenakun, stated that the Elections Commissioner's attention has been drawn to this problem. He went on to say that the main challenge they see on election day is for proper transportation for those residing in the Jaffna, Kilinochchi and Mullaitivu areas who who will be exercising their franchise for the first time in 25 years. Meanwhile, speaking to News First, National Coordinator of the National Polls Observation Centre, Attorney at Law Rasanga Harishchandra stated that they have received news that various other election observers are saying that there is no proper transport facilities for those residing in the north, especially in the Kilinochchi district. He noted that this issue was discussed yesterday between election monitors and the Commissioner of Elections, and that steps will be taken to solve the issue by utilizing state transport services and private transport for voters in these areas. A three-wheeler ran into the Ruhunukumari train at an unprotected rail crossing at Thalapite in Gaul last afternoon. Residents who were angered by the situation had engaged in a protest across the railway lines. Our correspondent stated that the three-wheeler driver who sustained injuries in the accident was rushed to the Gaul Teaching Hospital. He added that two women travelling in the three-wheeler had jumped off and managed to save themselves. Residents engaged in the protest for over 2 hours, after which Acting Mayor Fawzul Niaz arrived at the location and promised to deploy a person to oversee the unprotected crossing as a temporary measure, after which the crowds dispersed. Well, in sports news, looks like it's cricket news all the way. Today is day 2 of the 4-day match between Sri Lanka A and Leicester. At stumps on day 1, Leicestershire were 332 runs for the loss of 8 wickets in their first innings.
The match is being played at Leicester. Sri Lanka A skipper Kaushal Silva won the toss and elected to bat first. Sri Lanka struck early as they picked up 2 early wickets for 32 runs. However, James Taylor, who played a brilliant innings, went on to score an unbeaten 161 runs, including 17 boundaries and 2 sixes. Kosala Kulasekara was the pick of the bowlers for the visitors on day 1, bagging 4 wickets for 64 runs.